See, now they're intrigued because they want to know what we're going to do.
Yeah. And the people listening on the podcast are very confused because they just maybe like heard a noise of like the camera falling down. But they don't know why because they can't see, because they're not watching it on YouTube like they could be. Quick promo for the YouTube channel right off the top. Before we even introduce the episode, it's episode number 38.
38.
It's going fast.
Now
We're almost at 40.
Preview, whose number is number 38?
Who's number 38?
Just kidding. All right, let's go.
No, I'll get there. Who wears number 38? There's got to be somebody.
Nope.
38,
Nobody
38,
does.
38, 38. It's not a very common
It's
number.
retired.
Not many
Bill
people
Russell
wear
wore it.
38. Well, that's in basketball, but I'm sure somebody wears it somewhere else. 38, man, people don't wear
right.
38.
You don't know. And I don't either. Bill Russell never wore 38.
No, Bill Russell wore number 6. What are you talking about?
Okay.
38. You do the ad read. I'll think
All right.
of somebody who wore number 38.
So, J.G. Graybill Plumbing prides themselves in being a small, family-owned and operated company, invested in their team and servicing the community.
Brandon Crawford wears 35.
Contact J.G. Graybill Plumbing at 717-768-3276 or visit their website at www.jggraybill.com for all your plumbing needs such as hydronic heating, water treatment, well pumps, and mini split systems. Mention All Sports All the Time for $25 off your purchase.
Who wears
38? There's no way.
I'll get there eventually.
Just think about it throughout the episode, and then I'll come back to it at the end. Because that was a little preview for one of our new games.
It was. So, obviously, it's a new segment, like you said. New game. We like to play games to keep things interesting. It's also similar to what we do at lunch, where we just kind of like quiz each other on random stuff that we've seen
just stats
recently.
that we see. We try and like see if who
Yeah.
can get the closest. The one time, I forget what stat it was. I nailed it though. There was one stat I got like exactly right.
It was really impressive. You just guessed it randomly.
Yeah, and it was like
It was very impressive.
it was like exactly right.
But yeah, so we're going to try to simulate that a little bit. But first, you know that we have to start with the Bill Walton segment.
Yes, we do.
And this week's Bill Walton quote is...
I will read it
somewhere on here. Okay, you're going to... All right.
He doesn't know where I put it.
You get... Oh, you
Bill
took a
Walton.
picture of it? Okay.
I keep Bill Walton's quotes secret.
That's a little scary. Okay.
I love Bill.
All right.
My bike is my gym, my wheelchair, and my church all in one. I like to ride my bike all day long, but I've got this thing called a job that keeps getting in my way. There's Bill for you.
Yeah.
Such an energetic, exercising young man.
Young man.
Just kidding, old man.
I'm guessing Bill Walton is like 70.
No,
I'm gonna say
he's
70.
like 60-something. He just looks old because he's got
70.
so many surgeries.
I mean, that's possible. It wouldn't surprise me. March Madness is coming soon. And Bill Walton... Hopefully we'll have a new batch of Bill Walton quotes.
We're having a preview next week.
We are. It's going to be a little hard to pull off a preview, but we'll do it.
Yeah,
we'll get it done.
is going to be super hard, but don't worry. I was like amazing last year in my predictions, and I'm replicating that again. So I can just tell. Now, I have a quick question for you guys.
Why did you just leave?
Do you think this team will win this year?
It's upside down. I don't know if it's going to be backwards in the video, is it?
It's like this. I don't know, maybe.
I think it's still
I
upside
believe
down,
that this team will not win this year.
Again, if you guys are watching, he just held up a Duke basketball. Mini basketball. So again, incentive to check out the YouTube channel. Also check out the YouTube channel because we're going to have a pretty cool video coming within a week or so.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very excited about it.
Insanely cool.
It's going to be really interesting.
It's going to be amazing.
It is.
So, I feel like we should get into the nitty-gritty stuff of the episode.
We should.
The podcast, got to recap everything that happens in the daily world.
This is a sports podcast, so
it
we
is
like to keep you guys up to date.
So, I'll go first. We're going to talk about Spike Lee, okay? Now, Spike Lee got in a little conflict.
Well, Parker, first let's tell the audience. Who is Spike Lee?
Spike Lee is the #1 fan of the New York Knicks. He has spent like millions of dollars on the New York Knicks association, from going to games, getting a front row seat every single time, even though they've been terrible for 10 years, so many years.
Yeah,
more than that, but that's how many years he's hasn't missed a game.
He hasn't missed a game in 30 years.
30 years, yeah.
And they've been terrible for every single one of those.
Yeah, yeah. So he spent is it $30 million?
10 million.
Oh.
Over 30 years.
10 million over 30 years.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, so that's insane. And they've been terrible, which makes it even funnier.
Yeah.
So they got in a little controversy, right? Spike Lee got thrown out of a Knicks game, and man, this is just angered all of society, because they're
all of society.
Because everybody's like, this guy gives you $10 million and you're gonna throw him out of a game.
Yeah. Basically, what the Knicks argument was, Spike Lee came in the employee entrance, which you're not supposed to do as a spectator, and so one of the security guards asked him to leave. Spike's side of the story is that he's been doing that for 20-some years and has never been told that he can't. And they scanned his ticket and then asked him to leave, and you can't scan a ticket twice. And then the Knicks came out with a press release. It's basically just his word against theirs. We don't really know exactly what happened, but and he gave you $10 million. He should be able to enter the stadium however he likes.
In their next game, their next home game, I forget who it was against, but it was the lowest attendance rate ever.
Wow.
The lowest ever.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
That's such a Knicks thing, too, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Spike Lee is done with the Knicks for this season, he said. If I was Spike Lee, I would have been done with the Knicks about 15 seasons ago.
Oh, I would have been done around 28 seasons ago.
I don't know why it took him this season to figure it out. The next headline is that the MLB, specifically MLB Network mainly, is miking up players during spring training games, and it's been very interesting. It's really
NFL
funny.
Mic'd up.
Except it's they're mic'd up live, and the broadcasters are asking them questions during the game. So
wow.
They're in the field or batting, and the announcers are talking to them.
Huh.
So that's
what is your opinion on this?
Pretty interesting. I think it's a really good idea. It gets you inside the players' heads, and baseball needs something to get people interested.
Yeah.
I don't have a specific example for you, but I would say go Google or search on YouTube Anthony Rizzo and Chris Bryant doing being mic'd up during their spring training game, because it was hilarious. They set the bar really high with the first one, which I guess makes sense. You can get attention.
Yeah.
But it's going to be hard to top Anthony Rizzo and Chris Bryant. Still
right.
With baseball.
Yeah, some more baseball. So, Yelich, Christian
Yes.
Yelich.
What's Christian Yelich's number?
12.
Close. 22.
Okay. He signed an extension, so he got lots of money, about $215 million.
Yes.
Wow.
Play baseball, because you get a lot of money compared to football and basketball.
Yeah, so much money. Jeez, $215 million. I can't even are you sure that number's right?
Yes, it is right.
Fact check.
They haven't
Right.
officially determined, they haven't officially released the years, but the report is that it's expected to be a $215 million extension for however many years, assuming it's long term.
I viewed the sources, and turns out that it is actually $250 million. So
that's great.
Confirmation number.
No.
Correct.
Okay.
Now
this next number isn't quite as big as 215,
but it is pretty big. Karis LeVert scored 51 points for Brooklyn. 51 in a game. Now, you might be thinking, 51? James Harden does this every other night. Well, you're correct. But Karis LeVert also had a gruesome injury last year. He's not really that much of a star. Well, he's a kind of a star. He's
not
pretty good.
A top tier.
But he's not a top tier guy you hear about all the time.
Yeah.
And now this is also important because if he can constantly not score 51
if he can constantly score 51.
No, but if he can constantly be like a major contributor,
yeah.
Then next year when they get a healthy Kyrie hopefully and KD, they can be really good if they have that third guy that's like right there with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think anybody's expecting him to be as good as them, but yeah, if you have a third option, it's always
a third guy that's reliable.
The more good pieces you can have,
like maybe 18 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just a reliable guy that's always gonna deliver. In tough situations, maybe KD's getting doubled and then you dump it off, he hits a three, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Or they have to worry about him so they don't double KD or anything like that. And context, the thing that made this 51 more impressive than other 51-point performances was that he entered the fourth quarter with 14 points. And then they went to overtime. So
that's
he got all the way up to 51 in fourth quarter plus overtime.
Locked and loaded right there. Clutch.
Yes.
Because when the game was on the line, he delivered.
He did. He delivered multiple times.
Yeah. In a row, too.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know if Karis LeVert has a nickname, but Joel Embiid has a new nickname.
That was a good transition.
Do a 180.
Yeah, so a guy on Jeopardy, right? The question was, what is a nickname for Joel Embiid that also, shows the 76ers,
rebuild strategy.
Rebuild strategy, yeah. It didn't say process.
It was something like that.
The answer was the process, because, trust the process, the rebuild strategy, he's the process. But then this guy on Jeopardy who buzzed in really fast, he sounded confident.
If you say your answer confidently, like we've said in the Weird Name Game, it gives it a little more credibility. Not in this case.
What is Dual 180? Dual 180? Oh my gosh.
It makes sense for the rebuild part of it. We're going to do a 180. We're going to flip it around. We're going to be better. But if your nickname is Do a 180...
Yeah, no, I'm not really liking that.
That's pretty terrible.
Yeah, so, I mean...
yeah. But Joel did change his Twitter to...
Yeah. And
Joel,
did you see the video?
MB. Yes, it was very entertaining. He did a good job with that. Yeah. Reacting to it. Back to baseball.
He always does.
Quickly. He does, except for when he doesn't. This just got announced right before we started recording. Aaron Judge, it was announced that he has a stress fracture in his rib, and he may or may not need surgery. So that's pretty big for the Yankees. Giancarlo Stanton is also injured. So those are two of their best home run hitters. And if they're out for extended periods of time, we don't know how well the Yankees will be able to do. Last year, they had half their starting lineup out, and they were fine.
Yeah.
So if they can repeat that, they'll be fine. Mm-hmm. But you never know, because the AL East is very good, and if the Yankees start off slow, anything can happen. The Rays could catch them. It has playoff implications, even though it's early in the season, because if he gets surgery, that's worst case scenario, obviously. Mm-hmm. But if he gets a surgery, we don't even know if he's coming back at all this season.
Yeah. So
that's something to keep an eye on.
Now, I know what you're thinking. This is a sports podcast. Why would we talk about a medical issue?
Because everybody's talking about the coronavirus and they won't stop.
Yeah.
That's why.
And so we're going to join them. Now, we're going to talk about this in a sports sense, though.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Exactly. Like what Al Horford did.
Yeah.
Actually, what the 76ers did
except
to
then
Al
he
Horford.
still couldn't
Yeah, but
beat
then
him.
we still
yeah,
can't
what
win.
the 76ers did to Al Horford. Al Horford was just in the lose-lose situation. Yeah. Anyway.
So, the Seattle Dragons stadium is temporarily shut down because one of their employees tested positive for the coronavirus. So they're already the worst team, and then
they're not the worst. The Vipers are probably worse.
They're almost.
They're bottom third.
And this is my team too. So
So that means great. Parker's gonna get the coronavirus.
No,
that's how it works.
But then again, Chicago State is playing 2 games up in Washington and Utah. So they're not playing Washington. They're playing a team in Washington and a Utah State or a team in Utah. Or they were going to, but then, because of the coronavirus, now they're foregoing their games. And
now that is home court advantage.
It makes sense, because one, they're really bad, so it's like, well, we're gonna lose anyway. Like, why not just like, and two, there is no other reason. They're just really bad, so they probably just want their season to be good, to be done. Their season's just like, we're done with this.
We're already bad. We don't want to be bad and have the coronavirus. Yeah. So,
but
we're done.
That being said, I definitely think it's way overhyped. Not gonna lie.
It definitely is. I think everybody can agree that it's overhyped.
Oh yeah.
We can all. It's the one thing that we can be united on.
Yeah.
United against the coverage of the coronavirus.
But if you enjoy stocks, buy some stocks right now.
If you enjoy stocks.
If you enjoy stocks.
I just really enjoy stocks.
But
I mean, some people do.
I know.
It's just a weird sentence.
Make sure you're in it for the long run, though, because you can make money over time. Just put your money in it, forget about it, and just let it sit there as it grows up.
And that was Parker's economy tip. I don't know.
Yes.
Speaking of Parker sharing that knowledge, another beautiful transition. Parker's gonna try to share some more knowledge with you guys in this
lots of knowledge.
New segment that we have that needs a name. So
the
you guys
needs
can
a name game.
Sure, you guys can contact us on Twitter or Instagram. We need you guys to send in your submissions for a name for this game. It's not the Weird Name Game, but we need a name for this game, which is a different game than the Weird Name Game.
That's a lot of aims.
Yeah.
Your accuracy must be really good.
I see what you did there. Wow.
All right.
I've been caught yet again in the net that is Parker's puns.
That was good.
No.
Are you a trout? Rainbow trout?
Okay. This segment is
Alaskan trout.
It was originally going to be me and Parker going back and forth naming players, and then we have to say the number that player wears, because you don't really think about it. It's kind of like a subconscious thing. Like, you don't really notice what the player's number is unless you think about it.
But I don't notice players' numbers at all.
Yeah, but then when we were practicing, I realized that Parker doesn't know any of them, so it'll be a lot. The comedic value will skyrocket if only Parker does this.
I literally only know LeBron. I think
and LeBron's number is
23.
Yeah. All right.
1 for 1. Does that count?
Good start. It does count. We'll give it to you because after seeing your performance pre-podcast, I'm concerned. All right. So we'll start with some really good players. We're going to do basketball first.
Okay.
And then we'll kind of work our way down to harder ones.
Okay.
What is Giannis's number?
Well, he plays for the Bucks.
He does.
He's an MVP frontrunner.
Yeah.
He puts up monstrous
What's his number?
Well, he put up 40 points the other day. And 20 points, 20 rebounds, and 20...
This is fantastic stalling. Take notes, people.
Okay, I'm just gonna go... He seems like an 18 guy. 18.
Nope. 34.
If you double 18 and then subtract 2,
okay.
Yeah, then I was right. So I get a half point.
Giannis is number 34. James Harden.
Harden. Oh, he's cooking. What's the number that's cooking? 12.
Close. 13.
No!
Very close.
What's up?
Very close.
Why does he wear lucky number 13?
I don't know.
Maybe it makes him lucky.
Maybe.
That's why it's called lucky number 13.
Okay. Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, the claw. The claw. What's his favorite number?
You don't know Kawhi Leonard's number.
No? I don't look at people's numbers. I look at their face. Not their chest.
Or their back.
Or their back, no. Like, nothing interesting about that. I just look at the design of the jerseys, not the actual, number. I don't know, it seems he's the claw, he's the claw, and there's 4 fingers on a hand claw. Or 5.
A hand claw?
So I'm gonna go 5.
2.
Dang it! I'm so bad at this. That was the one I was picking in practice.
Anthony Davis.
Oh, AD. Well, he's a big man, but big man's like medium numbers. He's definitely number 24. No?
Why would he wear number 24? That's Kobe's number.
Oh, shoot. No. I'm so bad at
What?
this.
He wears number 3. Remember we were discussing how he wore 23 in New Orleans, and LeBron was considering like giving him 23, and LeBron was gonna wear number 6, but then they didn't do that, and he just took number 3.
Yeah, I remember now. Dang it. Okay, I'm 1 for like 5.
Yeah.
But I should get some half points, so I'm like 2 for 5. I was 1 off on 1.
Yeah, you don't get a half point for
Come
that.
on, okay,
That's not
fine.
how this works.
Oh, okay, fine.
Okay, Trae Young.
Oh, Trae Young. Dang it. I was trying to seem confident. Trae Young's like 7.
No, 11.
I was only 4 away.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Ja Morant.
They're new. Like, I haven't been looking at them. Like, their numbers. Like, he flies too high. His number gets...
He flies too high.
It gets dwindled.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna say... What's the number I haven't said yet? 8.
12.
What? Why does everybody, like, wear even numbers, but not the numbers I'm guessing?
I love this game. This is amazing. Who else would be a good one? Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart? He's smart. What's a smart number? 16.
36.
I was only 20 away.
Only 20.
Just
almost
changed.
had it.
I was 2 numbers away.
So close. Zion Williamson.
How do you know this?
I know these. I don't know. I pay attention to the... I was thinking about it because I was like... I forgot. I was thinking about somebody and I was like, what number do they wear? It was Chris Middleton, actually. I don't know what number Chris Middleton wears. I was thinking about that and I was like, oh, do I really pay attention to the numbers? And then it was like, I would think of a player and it takes me like 5 seconds, but I can get them. And I was like, oh, that'd be a fun game. Because it's like a subconscious thing, but obviously it's not.
No, I don't mention... I don't look at the numbers at all. The numbers, like... Okay, Zion's...
You've seen so many highlights of Zion.
Is he 2?
So close. He's 1. Lonzo wears 2. They're on the same team.
No. Oh, I was 1 off again. I'm getting close.
All right, now we're going to go to your own team, the 76ers. No pressure.
No.
But
there's a lot of pressure.
Al Horford.
36.
42.
I'm a failure. I failed the whole Sixers organization.
Josh Richardson.
22.
0.
What?
0. It's a number in the NBA.
Okay.
Matisse Thybulle.
10.
22.
What? No, you did. No, I was so...
You set that up so perfectly. I was like,
my
oh, we're going Matisse next.
Dang it. Oh my goodness.
All right, last one.
Okay.
This is a legendary player who just retired. Dwayne Wade.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
They literally put it in the hashtag for his retirement.
Oh, I got it. I think. Number 6.
No! It's 3! LeBron
I'm
was
a
6
failure.
with the Heat.
No.
This is ridiculous.
I'm getting so close, I feel like.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that wraps up... No, just kidding.
Wow. Well, I mean, that does wrap up that segment. We got to save some for future parts of that. Personally, I enjoyed that. Let us know.
Maybe I'll be better at a different sport.
Maybe. We'll see. Football might be easier because the numbers are more prominent on, like, the jerseys.
At least I know 2 people in basketball.
We'll find out. But, yeah. Well, now you know all of those, hopefully. So you're
I don't
learning.
remember them.
Oh,
There's too many numbers. Although I remember Matisse's 10, so that's good. What? No? Is he? What number is he? What?
You guessed 10 and it was wrong.
Oh no! Wait, 22. He was.
Yes.
Dang it.
We're getting there. We're working on it.
Okay.
We'll get there eventually. So let us know on Twitter and Instagram if you enjoyed that segment, first of all. And second, what we should name it. We need a name.
Yeah.
So we have one topic left before we finish this up the way we always do.
Okay.
It's the XFL.
Mm.
We forgot to do it last week with Luke.
How dare you?
That's my bad.
That
and
was
I
your
should have
fault.
remembered because I was all set to talk about the Wildcats because they beat the Defenders 39-9, and I was like, yes, the Wildcats finally living up to their potential. We're gonna make a run, and then we lost to the Guardians 17-14 because we missed 2 field goals. So, yeah.
So how did your ideology go?
My ideology?
Yeah.
With the Wildcats? Bad.
There's Owen's ideology.
Yeah.
Okay. Next part.
So the XFL right now, there's basically 2 really good teams. In the West, it's the Houston Roughnecks. They've been dominating. They're undefeated, 4-0. And then there's in the East the St. Louis Battlehawks, who are 3-1 and are also insanely good. So we'll just give you the standings here. The Battlehawks are first in the East, followed by the Defenders, and then the Guardians, and the Vipers are in last. And then in the West, we have the Roughnecks, and then the Renegades, and our 2 teams, the Wildcats and the Dragons, have the same record. They're both 1-3, but the Wildcats have a +2 touchdown plus minus, and the Dragons have a -1. So the Wildcats are confusing because they have that +2 touchdown ratio, which is actually better than the Renegades, who are ahead of them.
Yeah.
They're one of 3 teams in the league that actually has a positive touchdown plus minus.
Yeah.
But they're 1-3 and in 3rd place.
Well.
So.
Yikes.
Yeah. I'm really excited for Roughnecks Battlehawks. It's the Wildcats and the Dragons obviously aren't out of the playoff race yet. There's still hope, especially for the Wildcats. I feel like there's more hope for the Wildcats.
No, there's more hope
because
for the Dragons.
The
baby.
Wildcats
Coronavirus is coming to win.
They're just gonna get everyone sick that they play.
Never mind.
Wow.
No.
Jeez.
No, that wasn't what I was
quickly.
thinking. I wasn't thinking that.
I was gonna say the Wildcats have a better shot because in the games that they've lost, the first game they were just terrible, but the 2 games since that they've lost have been because of just dumb mistakes, ridiculous plays that would bad luck basically, and just inconsistency. And last game missed field goals would be inconsistency. But it's you see flashes, and it's oh yeah, the Wildcats could be really good, but then they do something dumb.
And the analysis on my team is that we're we were kind of good, but now we're just dropping, and we're just we were right here, we dropped, and then we won. We was oh man, and then oh man,
what you just described is watching a Wildcats game. It's just shooting up and then plummeting down and then going back up, and then it's
like
whirlwind.
Life. It's like life.
Yeah, the LA Wildcats are life.
So if you want an analogy for life, just look and watch the LA Wildcats on an XFL. Okay.
Pretty much, yeah. So that wraps up the topics for this episode, which means there's 1 segment left.
The weird name game. So, Owen, can I tell you my term first?
Sure.
All right. My term is Wampus Cats.
Wampus Cats?
The Wampus Cats.
The Wampus Cats?
Wampus Cats.
Okay, Wampus Cat. Okay, what sport is this?
This is basketball. Actually,
oh boy.
Yeah, basketball.
Wampus Cats. Basketball. I'm going to stall so that I can think. The weird name game, if you've never listened to this before, is basically where we educate you guys and ourselves on sports terms that you probably have never heard before because they're all very obscure, which makes them nearly impossible to guess. It's very rare that somebody gets one right or even close to right. So basically you have to guess what the term is. And they're weird, so it's called Weird Name Game. And the last time we did it, if you want to go back and check out episode 36, do not call NASCAR fans this. And I titled it that because Parker found one that was very suspect, and we didn't realize it until we said it in a sentence and kind of quickly, and we were like, oh, probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
But, it's
okay.
We got past it.
What do you think
for a
Wampus?
title? Oh, boy.
Wampus cats are?
Wampus cats are people who... it's like a ball hog, basically.
False. It is a college mascot in basketball's name.
That's not a basketball term.
Yeah, it is.
That's just a mascot.
The Wampus cat is fearsome and folklore. I don't know, folklore.
You just picked a random mascot. You didn't even pick a term.
And it doesn't stop it from sounding stupid. His fearsomeness doesn't stop him from sounding stupid.
What in the world was that?
The Wampus cat.
Okay.
Wampus cats.
Wow. All right. Mine is actually a term in sports. It's called a husband and wife. It's in volleyball. What's a husband and wife?
Well, this happens when two people get married.
Yeah, but volleyball.
So, how can people get married in volleyball?
What volleyball term? What happens in volleyball? What is a husband and wife? Volleyball.
It's definitely a set. It's like when you set the ball, because it's like setting up marriage. What is it?
It's the play where it's the classic elementary school play where you're learning how to play volleyball, and somebody hits it over the net and it falls between two people, and you both thought the other person was gonna do it.
Oh,
that's a husband and wife.
I mean, that was like hard though. Who thinks husband and wife? Oh, that's when like
the ball
two
drops
people are avoiding
people.
each other.
I mean,
like what?
Fair point, but at least I didn't do a mascot's name, so I mean,
yeah,
not
well,
too bad.
It was a basketball mascot's name, so.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. All right. So, once again, let us know on Instagram and Twitter if, first of all, you liked the number segment thing, and give us suggestions for names. And while you're there, on Instagram and Twitter, you can give us any other feedback that's related to the podcast, or just stuff that you like. And on Instagram, you can check out our story every day to vote on polls.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting.
Why did I say polls? Like polls.
Polls.
Polls. Polls. Polls.
Sounds
polls?
like...
Now I'm saying polls too much.
All right.
You can vote on polls once a day. All Sports All the Time on Instagram. Speaking of polls, yeah, no, I can't do it. Speaking, I can't transition.
Your luck ran out. You had
Speaking
like
of
so many.
polls, that word starts with a P. You know what else starts with a P, Parker?
Me, my name.
Okay, what else starts with a P?
Penguins, potatoes,
plumbing.
Plumbing, yeah.
You know who's really good at plumbing?
Parker.
JG Grable.
Oh,
You're
JG.
terrible at this game.
I thought you were talking about like the P's still. Like,
no.
Oh,
no.
P is actually like you can eat a letter. Isn't that just
like
crazy?
P, like PEA, like a
Yeah.
P. That is weird.
And you can drink a letter. What letter is that? T.
T-E-F-G-H-I-J.
No, it's T. You can drink tea.
O-P-Q-R-S-T. Okay, yeah, I was making sure there weren't any other ones.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So you can have a full meal just by letters.
Just eat your letters and eat and drink your letters.
I just thought of that now. That's actually impressive.
I don't know. Okay.
I can't believe I never noticed that before.
JG Grable. You know who else has letters? JG Grable in their name. These transitions are getting bad. JG Grable prides themselves in being a small family-owned and operated company invested in their team and serving the community. If you have any plumbing needs, which I'm sure most people do at some point in their life, because you use your plumbing every day. I hope you use your plumbing every day in some way. So it's something that's pretty important. I would say your plumbing is a very important part of your life.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty hard to live without plumbing. So at some point along the line, you're going to need help with your plumbing. So when you do, here's what you do. You contact JG Grable by calling 717-768-3276 or going to their website, www.jggrable.com, for any of your plumbing needs. And to help you guys out when you inevitably need that plumbing assistance, you can get $25 off by mentioning All Sports All the Time. So you're getting help with your plumbing, which is going to happen eventually because hopefully you use it every day. And you get $25 off of said help.
It's like you get a free check. You want a check?
For $25.
Here you go. Here's a check.
I feel like it's a little weird to write a check for $25. You could just give somebody a 20 and a 5.
I turned in a check for $25 today.
Good for you. That was a fantastic high five. That was really loud. So, plumbing needs, contact JG Graybill, and you get $25 off any of your plumbing services. Who doesn't want that? Although I would recommend not writing a check for it. I don't know. I've never written a check for $25. Seems like a low number.
Yeah. But that is the end of this episode. I hope you liked it. Episode 38. You can see it on YouTube. You can listen to it on Apple Podcasts. You can listen to it on our website. You can
follow us on Instagram and Twitter.
Twitter, YouTube.
Give us feedback.
Like, everything. I don't know if I missed anything.
Do all of the things that link you to the channel, the show.
Just use your hands. See you guys.